Now, Vince, listen. I know the fans in New York, and I know what it's like to play football in New York. But the players on the New York Jets team were very excited to hear that Aaron Rodgers, of all people, spoke to the team brass about the possibility of a marriage between the two of them. Mm-hmm. Now, do you see Rodgers going to the Jets and handling the New York media? You know that New York media is ruthless. And, you know, there's a lot of difference that could occur from where he is in Green Bay versus where he would be going to New York. What do you think about that move? Is that a possibility?
Well, yeah, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the type of guy that's going to run away from the press. I mean, he almost, he's very calm when it comes to when the media starts to come and ask him questions. But I think you have to be very careful when you choose a place you want to go to, Jackie. When I look back at my career, you know, I was traded to Buffalo. And I should have looked at that maybe in a little bit more of a different light.
Why? Why pray tell?
I went from one of the greatest offensive lines in football to the Buffalo Bills. And I was running for my life.
Yes, did you miss me?
Oh, man, Jackie, let me tell you something, man. I mean,
and it was cold too, wasn't it?
Oh, boy,
oh my goodness.
Even the offensive coordinator, who was the used to be a center, and he coached with the Rams for
not Jim Ringo.
Jim Ringo.
I
asked Jim Ringo. I said, Jim, if they run a stunt on the right side and their linebackers come, I said, I got a dual read. I got to hit Metzelaars. My tight end hot. He goes, don't worry about it. We'll get it picked up. Yeah, they got it picked up all right. They had to pick me up off the ground on the back. It's just like, it's not sound. So, I mean, you really got to look at that. But I would have to say that if I had to go somewhere, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I want to go someplace where the quarterback position is the only missing link that for the puzzle. I mean, it's just something that you want to go to where they have everything in place, and then you can help them win the game. And I think the Jets are not quite there yet, but I mean, the talk is rampant. It's going crazy, and if he's got to go somewhere, I think he should consider some of the other available teams that might show interest as well.
My thoughts on that, Vince, is one of the things that I learned in a couple of decades that I played pro football is that there were a few cities that if you showed up big and played really well in those cities, then you were establishing yourself as one of the best. And New York City was one of those places. Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco, Chicago, even Philadelphia, and a couple of places in the heartland, Kansas City at one point in time. If you went and played big in those places, it was like more media grasped your performance and it got spread all across the country. So, I remember the older guys when I came to the Rams talking about playing big. We're in New York City, baby, and little guys literally turn it up. And they tried to do the same thing in L.A. too. When you came to L.A., guys from all over the country wanted to turn it up there. So New York has a big following of fans. It's a national brand in its own right, in my opinion, kind of like L.A. here. And I think that the guy who goes to New York is a guy who's expecting to go there and have a great deal of success because he realizes that's a part of the fringe benefits that comes along with playing in an NFL city, going there to New York.
Well, it remains to be seen, Jackie, but, his days in Green Bay may be numbered, I think, at this point. And I think if he's going to make a move, he'll make it this year. And so we'll see shortly because of the free agency market's going to open up in a couple days. So we'll see.
All right, guys, thanks again for joining Vince and I. Hopefully you can tell that we're having a fantastic time. And I want you to know that we are going to be covering the National Football League better than anybody right here in Southern California. So for Vince Ferragamo and myself, hit that notification button. And don't forget, stay on point.